Yo, what's up, guys? It's Nqobile Tembane here from Top Traders South Africa, and we're shooting another already. I mean, we just kicked it off, and already, yo, guys. Sorry, you guys will see in our other content during the week. We're shooting a whole lot of promos today, so I think those have kind of messed with my head. But we're shooting an episode of Industry Chats podcast today, and I'm sitting here with my amazing co-host,
the one and only MJ Givens Kgasi.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, and we live, we here, guys, and I think today's conversation is gonna be, cause like you know what's crazy. We always have traders on the show, and particularly we have, but not always traders, but like it's always interesting to have somebody who's not like going around saying they're full-time trader. Does that make sense? Yeah, we have the amazing, the beautiful Portia Khumalo in the building today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's about time, right?
It's about time. Yeah. Guys, and if you guys want to know who's got the juice in the industry, here are people who've got the juice in the industry. And when you talk juice in the industry, we are talking people behind the scenes who work in the back end of brokers.
Yeah.
They actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
They actually know what's happening, and they're very quiet about it because, like, hey, it's your bread and butter at the end of the
Of
day.
course, definitely.
So you're basically saying these are the people that can actually tell us about what we see out there.
They can ruin
whether it's real or not.
They can ruin people's careers.
Yeah.
No, guys. We've got Portia in the building today. Portia, hi. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me here. Definitely, it's been a great honor. I know that we've been talking about it for a while now.
Sure.
But I'm actually honored to be invited here.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for honoring the invite and coming through. Essentially, we're here to talk about Portia Khumalo in the building. An industry player is what you are, actually.
Definitely.
And, so introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are. Give us a little bit of background on your story and how you actually ended up in this game.
Definitely. So I was born and bred in Nqobile, Free State. It's a very cold town. From there, I think, being an A student, the teachers will tell you, go for maths and science. And that's when I ventured into studying BSc in Environmental Sciences at the University of Free State. And when I was in my third year, that's when we were now doing practicals. You go to the field, it's more practical than theory now. And with my long nails, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be collecting samples of soils the whole day, staying in the laboratory the whole day. That wasn't me. I think that was my wake-up call when I realized that this is definitely not my passion. It was something that was actually influenced by the environment that I was in. And it was a difficult situation at that time, because imagine going back home telling your mom that, listen, I think the 3 years was just nothing but a waste and I don't want to do this anymore. So it was really difficult at that time. Nobody really understood why am I taking that decision, but I'm grateful that I had a family that really supported me through that process. And in that space, I was still, more inclined in financial markets. I was following people who were traders. I was more interested in how a broker actually works. Yes, I would see the traders on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. But I was more drawn to how do brokers actually work.
But that's actually quite fascinating, though, because essentially when you find out first about Forex, you're not particularly broker or whatnot. You're like, hey, I want to make money. So how, I'm just fascinated by the fact that you were like, hey, there's a broker somewhere there, there's a middleman somewhere there.
One of the few people that actually think about that.
Because
that's the last thing we think about.
Exactly. Everybody.
The cars, the money.
Because it's all about the money.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money and the lifestyle. For me, it was I'm more interested into how things work. So I think that's when my mom sat me down. She said, listen, if you want to do something in the financial markets, there must be some papers to show for it, because everyone is educated at home. Everyone is a graduate. So you're not going to come here with, let me just try and see if it's going to work or not.
Sure.
She was more interested into, is there any sense of sustainability in this passion of yours that you have? And that's when I did my research, and I went to a college, and I got my financial analysis market certificate, and it was really nice. And then from there, it was actually now quite tricky, because I didn't have the exposure at that time to a real broker. I've been exposed to traders. My friends were traders. So now I was like, what is next? And you know how I'm a Christian, and I'm a firm believer of faith and the universe itself. So at that time, I got a call from someone who was like, listen, I know that you're interested in financial markets. How about you pull up here in Sandton, meet our sales manager. There's something called being an IB. And I was like, an IB? Let me make my research and see what this thing is. And I went there for the meeting, and then they were trying to sign me up as their IB. Then I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I went to school for this. And I have so much to bring. I'm more of a strategic thinker on how we can make money, how we can create a sense of, revenue in the whole company itself. That is more me. I'm more of the brains than just going out there trading. And so I did honestly prepare myself for that opportunity. And as soon as I sat down with the sales manager, I literally saw myself. I literally saw myself and told them that, listen, I'm going to take you from here to there if you trust me. At that time, no experience, no record of the work. It was just literally an opportunity that made me prepared at that time. And I ran with it. Literally, I ran with it. So one of the things that I learned with, I was doing patience while I was in varsity. So I remember one of the mentors at that time, she said to me, you know what, life is not really about opportunities being given to you, or thinking that other people are more blessed than you are, more favored than you are. It's a matter of actually, when it doesn't matter how small it is, as long as you actually run with it, and you never know who's actually watching. And that has been my motto for everything that I do. I do it with excellence. And that's what happened. And you won't believe this, I only started working for brokers actually last year in March. And
is it?
Okay.
But essentially, I think this is what Industry Chats podcast is here for, to provide information to people, because we've spoken about people working for brokers. People have shown interest that they want to work for brokers. Because I kid you not, right now, being in the industry, being a player in the industry, you find out that guys working behind the scenes in brokers actually earn more than doctors. Some of them actually.
Most of them.
Exactly.
No, but going back to the financial, the certification that you went and got, like, how much was that actually? How much did you pay for that? And how long was that?
It was 3 years.
Okay.
That was, must I say how much it was?
Guys, that's what you hear. You wanna know.
Where did you go? Where did you get it actually?
It was through Stock Market College. It was through Stock Market College, and a lot of people, I've met a lot of people actually went there, and for them it's just like, it didn't work out. How come it worked out? And it still goes back to what I was saying earlier on, that any opportunity given to you, big or small, it's about how you run with it. It's about how you see it. Then it will definitely work for you at the end of the day. So my vision for myself wasn't just that of, it's this college, but my vision was bigger than that, being a BD, being a business developer, being a relationship manager. So my vision was more vast than what was actually of value of what I actually got.
Okay. Yeah, no, great. So you get your first job. What's the first job? What are you doing? What is happening?
Oh my God, you're taking me back. Oh,
but it's from March. It's not really back.
No, listen, it's a lot.
Last year, March.
That's a trip back. There's so much that actually happened that I even said, oh, what's actually really happening? Was this a right career choice for me, right?
Yeah.
But I think challenges are there to grow us in everything that you're doing. The more challenges that you get, the higher the reward.
Sure.
My mom taught me that.
Yeah.
So my first job, it was great. I was excited, obviously. It was nice. Met new people, learned how brokers actually work, creating my own book, learning how to retain clients, creating your business. So it was really great. However, the working environment wasn't quite healthy. And that's when I was like, I can't. I'm not going to put myself through this.
Was this a local or foreign entity?
It was a local broker.
Oh,
yeah.
But what was your job description at that?
I was a junior business developer at that time. Yeah.
So you spoke about building your own book. Because I know some people are watching like, how do you create a book? And to some people, they're thinking of that black book with pages and they're thinking, are you creating a book or what?
That is true.
Yeah.
Your book is the number of clients that you actually have in the industry. So basically, it all goes down to how good is your relationship with other people, with clients.
Oh, I see.
You understand?
Yeah.
Are you able to maintain that relationship as well between you as an account manager more than the broker with the client?
Yeah.
Okay. It makes sense.
That's how it is. Your book gets accumulated by how healthy your relationships is.
But how do you actually measure how healthy a book is? Like what methodology do you guys use to say, okay, no, this one actually has a good book. This one actually his
it's
book.
An A4. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's the number of clients. It's the value of clients. The value of who are these people that you're actually managing. How much do they actually fund when they fund their own accounts? That's how you measure the value of someone's book. Yeah, because you would definitely have 100 clients, but if they're all funding like $20, then that brings no value to the company. Brings no value to the broker. So brokers make money from volume traded.
More than quantity.
More than quantity. So someone with a $20 account, I mean, it's like how many trades there? So
no offense to you with the $20 account, by the way.
This is us from the backside of things, definitely. So the value of someone is calculated by that.
By basically how much they deposit. Basically.
How much they fund.
Oh, they fund. Oh, you want to use the word fund, not deposit.
Okay, maybe we can use
the deposit, they get $50. The deposit, they get $20. When you talk about funding, you're talking about $1,000 there. So you can understand we are dealing with a big deal here. Some call it deposit. It's funding. Deposits are for ATMs.
Thank you.
Okay, so funding, basically. So these are people obviously will fund like your serious monies. Not all of them obviously have serious monies.
Definitely.
Like, essentially, so like, okay, so how does one actually, so you said you had your own book, right? With the broker, but also it was your responsibility to get traders into under that book, and then the traders create their own books and all that. So what are some of the I want to say success stories that you've had with the people under you now, the traders that you've worked with? Like, what are some of the success stories or some of the smartest ways you've seen people like push their books?
What I've realized, which is actually great what you're asking, I think for me, right, because I understand where I'm positioned in life right now, that I'm basically a servant. I'm a service, people. I'm a service client, my job is client facing. So I'm able to actually, with my clients, even if it was someone who never actually believed that they could actually trade or even have a good book as a partner, I'm able to sit down with someone to understand where they're going, where are they right now. And that's the thing that actually drives me, and to wake up in the morning to see someone that I met 3 months ago actually now believing in themselves more than anything else.
Okay.
And that is my job, to actually, remind someone how great they are, remind them that they can actually achieve XYZ. And I'm there for that as someone who's actually managing their account. So it doesn't just come with, I get this big guy who is been successful for the past 5 years and is doing so well, and I want to retain that client. But it's more of being able to identify the talent within the people that I'm actually interacting with, and in 3 months' time, and I'm giving them the right tools and resources and support for them to be able to become successful as well. I think I'm inspired by that every day. I mean, I have people would call me and say, I was so depressed, but with you calling me every day, and not all calls have to be about Mfetu, deposit the guy. I'm not seeing any sign-ups. When are we doing a seminar? No, it's more than that. It's about you as someone who is at that position, allowing yourself to put yourself in someone else's shoes, so that they're more comfortable with you, right? And I've seen that as something that is that actually retains my clients more than anything else, because they have a sense of belonging in our relationship. You understand? You don't get anywhere. Everywhere you go, it will be business, seminar, tour. Let's deposits, minimum deposits. Do you understand? Let's do a poster now. Let's do this. Upload a YouTube video. Say this on Instagram. But you must understand, at the end of the day, you're working with human beings, and people are going through stuff every day. And if you are put in a position for me to speak with you and ask you how you're doing, how's your day? People go through a lot, man. I mean, we're speaking about financial markets. It's money related. It's more emotional than people actually think. It's trades. It's going up and down. Let me buy or sell. But it's more than that. For someone to be a successful trader, their mentality needs to be at a certain level of understanding. You need to now see money differently for you to actually become a successful trader. There's so many elements that are more mental than physical, that will actually equip someone to be at the right mindset to actually now become, for it to be visible to everyone that this person is actually successful. So if there's anything, I think every successful account manager who's doing great, they're able to have that kind of relationship with any of their clients.
Well, I'm liking that. I think she was more faithful to her vision than anything, than paper. And it always happens that paper will always follow, as long as you're just faithful to the vision. Because I've learned that a lot of IBs, they become slaves to the system. Every call they get, we need deposits, we need seminars, we need that, and nobody's actually thinking of their well-being. And that's why at the end of the day, they change from one broker to another.
Thank you.
Because of the pressure that comes with it, So I think that's very much important what you're saying, and I'm appreciating the fact that you think of the well-being of
traders.
Before anything,
But is the difference between traders and IBs now?
Definitely. There is a huge difference between a partner and someone who's a trader. A partner is someone, obviously, who has an agreement with a broker for whatever deal that it may be. To say, if you bring XYZ deposits, then we will agree on this type of an agreement, or a retainer deal for that matter, or we will sponsor all your events for the whole year, as long as you bring X amount of clients every month, and they trade XYZ lots in a month, then we are good, right? So that's how we are able to see if someone is actually what they are on social media or not.
Now we get into interesting stuff.
We're still gonna get to that one.
Yeah, but you would never meet an account manager or someone within the broker who would expose someone. It's more like you're working for a bank. I cannot, not anyone can.
Yeah, sure.
I can't disclose that. Oh, minus 50 rands. Then I'll be losing my job, know. So that's
sure.
You sign up to that.
But
you
that's
do.
interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do you understand now that people are seeing something that is actually not there?
Okay.
And people are actually creating content for something that is not, because somebody can actually make a content out of this episode just to promote the broker.
Definitely.
Benefiting out of it.
Yeah.
Somebody can actually say, I need maybe an X amount of people to come for a seminar. But he knows that he's pushing numbers more than, pushing business for himself or for anybody. But it's getting scary now. The pace in which we are doing this, it's scary. I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. Because like essentially what she says, she's talking from experience. And I'm sure she's saying minus 50 rand. I'm sure before she came here, she was just looking at this one posting something on social media, but the account balance. But tell us more. I want to hear more. Let's get more of the minus 50s.
No. I think I'm glad that I'm a good human being after all.
People must be, you know what, a lot of traders must really be grateful, especially for what you're saying right now. Because we know of so many people, like even me personally, I know them as well. You probably know same people who are out on social media bragging about how much money they're making on the charts and whatnot, whereas a BDM or people in the back end actually get to see actually
not really.
Not really. But at the same time, it's my job to ensure that this person becomes a success.
Okay.
You understand? Because I also report to someone. I'm also going to be held accountable to say, Posh, you brought this client, this partner who said that they're going to deliver this on the table, and we agreed on that. So now, what's going on? Why is he or she not delivering? So it's also, I can't be happy that I'm seeing that you're crumbling, but on social media you are all good. Because it all comes back to me at the end of the day.
True.
Do you understand? I must ensure that you become very successful in the agreement that we have, or we have for that time, or for whatever reason the agreement may be.
Okay, no, that's great. So we still on the local broker. So you were still working at the local broker.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing that I've noticed about people. This industry is very small, actually, very small.
Very.
So you'll find a lot of people moving from this shop to that shop to that shop to that shop.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna put you on the spotlight or anything.
Yeah.
But like, how many brokers have you worked for?
3.
Only 3.
Yeah.
That's
From
actually,
much.
That's actually quite low. Though,
That's your
low.
risk reward is very low.
That's actually quite low. So you've worked for a local entity, you've worked for international.
That was the best experience ever.
Okay.
Working for an international broker. I think personally it broke my limit beliefs. Right, so you get exposed to how other nationalities actually work. You get exposed to how other countries actually view currency. We as South Africans, for instance, we value someone who's actually making money depending on the car that you're driving, the watch that they have on their wrist, and the clothes that they're wearing. But other countries, money is viewed differently. And I think that was my biggest lesson and literally exposure. But more than anything, at the end of the day, as someone from the broker, I need people to bring money to us. I need people to bring money to us. So having to learn how to become relatable to other different, ethics, other different nationalities, and culture as well, but bring it all together and making sure that we all understand each other at the end of the day. I must understand how you see money so that you can know that I value how you actually see money. Sure. So I actually, I found it very intriguing in my career experience that, people actually see money differently. And also success is not what we actually define it to be, which is material stuff, but it's actually measured differently from other people.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. I actually had a conversation with someone from a particular broker, and I was like, okay, coming to SA, what's the difference between, because you're saying, people see money differently.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I don't know if I should speak in his accent. It was very interesting. So, Mr. MJ. In South Africa, you make money easy. Your deposit today, they brought tomorrow. So in other words, you're saying they deposit today, tomorrow money is blown. And that's how they make quick cash, of which other brokers in other countries, it's actually difficult to make money from that. Because how they see money is to make money over time.
Yeah.
Here we are trying to survive.
Yes.
Just to put money in is we want to see something different. Because how many people now went to the extent of thinking, okay, I need a broker. I'll be honest, when I started trading, I didn't even think about it. I was like, I'm broke. I don't want to hear anything about a brokerage. Because I don't know if it's going to make me worse. So what she's saying is it's important, and I think we need financial literacy in our country to learn more. And the guys, that's why we're having in the Industry Chat podcast. We're having guests like this to show you the dynamics of money. That this money is like an entity. The way in which you approach it, it's going to give you back the respect as long as you understand how it works.
Yeah,
definitely.
Now you're preaching.
And I think adding to that, right, is that what I normally see day to day is with clients or partners for that matter, they would want a deal for now.
Oh,
I don't know if
yes,
that's true. You understand?
Yeah.
They want something for now, and they're not thinking long term. That's why you would see people jumping from one broker to another. But I think that is just life principles. If you want, that's why people like me are there, so that you can actually communicate what are your needs and wants. What would actually make you happy to be with us or in this relationship. And that's an opportunity for me to ask you that. Listen, I would mention like in 5 years, I want XYZ.
Sure.
But I think they're a bit shy maybe, or maybe they're not, haven't had that exposure to say, I don't want to jump from one broker to another. In a year, or because of you guys didn't you didn't say yes to my promotion that I wanted, or this or that, or I wanted to do this seminar here, you guys declined that. But it's more about creating a relationship.
Sure.
I would like to emphasize on that because it's very important. It's an opportunity for yourself, and I always say that being a partner or an IB, you must see it as you running your own business.
Yeah.
And if you want your business to be successful, you're not thinking that my business is going to operate in a year. Do you understand? You want your business to grow. And that's how we measure your success. I mean, within any company. If a company has now 2 offices, but it started with like 1 cubic box, it's growing. And I think the same applies with being a partner. You have so much advantage as a trader or an IB when you're actually partnering up with a broker, because you are able to put everything that you want on the table and also show us like your long-term vision that in this 3 years I should have achieved XYZ and I would like this kind of support, assistance, then we're good. I think that's the downfall of a lot of our brothers and sisters, that they're only thinking for now. Now, because of I saw you driving an AMG, I'm like, this broker is playing. they are taking advantage of me. Do you understand?
Sure.
But whereas all you have to do is go back and sit down with them and say, guys, I'm not happy with XYZ. How can we make it work? Rather than, it's not good, how you can actually manage your business. And like we said, the industry is quite small.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some opportunities come to you based on your reputation, literally. Because of, I know that you are very honest and ethical, therefore I would want to have you in my team. I know that there's no way you're going to drop me or whatever because of your morals, things that cannot be bought, basically.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I've seen in my experience actually determines so many people's future.
Sure.
And it's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. But you mentioned the deals there, and I think a lot of people are probably at home or wherever they are, because we've mentioned the word deals lots of times on this podcast, lots of times. And I think, can you give people an idea of what actually is meant by when somebody's like, hey, there's a deal here on the table, whatnot? Or can you mention just at least three deals, but 3 deals. We don't have to mention any names, but the kind of deals that are being brokered behind the scenes that people actually okay, now look, actually this guy actually came here and he wanted X amount of money for this, and in return he said this and that, and because right now I'm trying to give people a contrast of there are those who are coming for the now, and then you find people making deals for long term. So can you just give us a bit of a contrast of the deals that are being made?
Good question.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So the type of deals that will be offered to a client will be maybe marketing campaign. Would you like to be assisted with marketing that will include your promotions? It will include your seminars, your tours, anything that has that is related to marketing, or you actually getting a brand exposure as a single entity. The second one will be rebates. A lot of people would want high rebates, but they don't understand that the higher the rebate, the higher the spread for the people that you actually be introducing to the broker. I mean, it's business at the end of the day. We must make money at the same time. Yeah. So,
what's the most ridiculous rebate request you've seen on paper?
Okay, I've seen on paper, not really seen,
not
but
on
heard.
Heard.
Because most of them are not.
It was $40 for forex pairs, and which was
$40 per lot.
Yeah, per lot. Can you imagine the spreads on those clients? You understand? And it's scary because a partner, an IB, wouldn't necessarily sit down with their clients to say, I agreed to $40 per one lot.
Yeah, sure.
Therefore, your spread is going to be crazy.
Sure.
And the higher the spread, it affects your analysis as a trader.
Definitely.
Because now you know that you should be making profit after, I'm going to take 20 pips, but in that 20 pips, you're still not in profit.
Yeah.
You're still
And
on a
that's
minus.
where, do you
And that's where your
understand?
TP is.
And that's where and that's why your TP is, because why? It affects everything. I mean, the amount that you funded in your account, it could be small for that as well. And now that's when people would say, his signals are not working. This broker. Do you understand?
Yeah, sure.
So it's the small things that are happening in behind that people agree to without being transparent with their business, with their clients. Like I said, if you have something within the company that's happening, you sit down with your employees, but I don't do that with the clients to say, listen, now I agreed to, because I'm greedy. I want to make money from all of you. Do you understand? Then they will say to the clients that, no, it's this broker. In fact, let's move.
And by
At
that time,
do you understand what happens in the background? It's so unfair, but the broker is always transparent with the partner.
Okay.
And I think if you do have a good broker, they will definitely tell you that truth, that listen, this is actually going to affect your client's trading because now the spread is quite higher. You know, it's going to affect their analysis, it's going to affect their trading. It's going to take time for them to actually be in profit. Are you okay with that?
Obvious. Don't worry about that one. So I'll be getting my $40 per lot. We'll worry about that later.
Exactly, yeah. which I don't like, because now that's when people would say, Forex is a scam. But it's not.
Yeah, sure,
you understand?
Sure,
it's not.
Sure.
Or they will say, that broker, their spread, But you actually don't understand the decision that was taken ahead, above you.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
You'll find that they're promoting maybe like a 0.0, like a tight spread.
Yeah, sure.
The broker essentially on the main landing page, they're promoting a tight spread. Yeah. But then again, you go look at your spread right there, and it's just like, how?
It's not making sense, right?
That's actually interesting. Eh? Even to sign up, we had people that came to us, like we trade in the same broker. But the spread is not the same.
Yeah, that's...
And you would ask them, how did you sign up?
Yes.
So I went on YouTube and I used someone's link.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
scary.
why you were affected in terms of spread.
Yeah.
Let's talk about retainers.
Wait, before we move on to that, guys, by the way, you guys know we have a link on our videos to brokers and all that. We work with brokers and all that. Yeah. Guys, I've literally sat down with a broker who's given us a profit and P&L deal, profit and loss deal, and said, no, look, your people are going to lose anyways. So we'll give you 20% of all their losses. I've declined deals like that for the sake of you guys, because essentially you understand right now what MJ is saying is so true, because how you actually sign up with a broker actually matters, because you find that right now link in bio there on Instagram, hey guys, sign up with my broker. This is the broker I'm using, whatnot, whereas you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. But okay, before we go to retainers, I just want to camp here for a little bit. Can people actually find out, like, okay, I signed up with a broker, MJ and I signed up with the same broker. He signed up directly with the broker. I used somebody's Instagram link, some Instagram guru's link there. But we don't have the same spread. Am I able to check or verify, okay, what's going on here? Is there a process to go about that?
Yeah, definitely. You are allowed to reach out to support, reach out to the account manager, reach out to anyone within the broker to actually ask for further assistance. Okay. Then you will definitely go through it with you and be able to assist you the best way. Yeah,
so in other words, I essentially I can just request to be removed from under a certain book.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, now we are educating people about other things.
Yeah, no, we're going to be hated for this. Because one thing that makes me angry about this is that we normally change from one broker to another every month, and sometimes we don't explain to people why.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's important. Sometimes we just be, transparent to the people. Look, my deal with them was for 3 months. And we done. So I'm looking for more sponsors to come in or that. Unlike you change it, now I found the best one.
And then you just send the link. That's what I always say to our partners, and say, listen, I value transparency. Even if you would like to terminate the relationship with the broker, at least have a smooth transition so that your people, wherever you go, they actually value you more. I mean, even if the ship is sinking, it's always best to be honest with your people, to say, listen, things I'm not comfortable so far, and I would like us to move. Not rather like just leaving and then we see you with new posters. For the long run, it's not going to be good for you as a person. For now, it looks like nothing, but for the long run, you would also want to start your own thing, and you would expect the same support and from people, and for them to actually believe in your vision. But because of you've been jumping from one thing to another, they were like, this guy is not consistent, and he always takes decisions without letting us know.
But why is that?
I think people fear transparency. People fear the truth, honestly. It's another thing that I learned when I moved here in Joburg. Like, everyone is...
At least you're saying something about you. Like, Pretoria is safe for now.
People would definitely lie to you with a straight face.
Oh yeah.
And that's because of you're not honest with yourself. You know, if you were to be, I don't know, Nami, why people lie. Like, I wish I knew. Like, why? Be honest. I value that more than anything. I value that, even if personally, if the broker is not doing something ethically to clients, I resign.
Oh yeah.
I leave because I'm just like, I know now I aggressive. So it's because of ethic. That's how I am. That's just my nature. And it has paid off. To where I am now, because I literally, my current gig, it was a matter of, I know how transparent you are. I know how honest you are, and I know how you can stand for the truth. Therefore, you definitely fit for this position.
Sure.
So,
Khumalo, I want to ask this question. Sorry to disturb you. I've got this question. Okay, when you find people changing brokers, like every week, if not every fortnight, why do we normally find that? What's alarm, Pila?
No, I think it's more of an internal issue than anything. Support, nobody ever called back that person to actually welcome them. Right? Nobody actually decided to call them and speak with them to understand what is their business model, what do they want to achieve as an IB or as a partner? Is there any type of deal that they are aware of for that matter? Sometimes people just sign up and then they're not even aware, and then they will leave. So it's all about having being partnered with a broker that actually supports you more than anything else. And that all goes back to how it's all about treatment, man. If you deliver your best service, why would I go somewhere else? Do you understand? So I would say people leave because of they are not being serviced well.
But we still get into the retainer chat. Before we get there, I was just mentioning, because I don't want you to think I forgot about that. What have you noticed as being like the industry standard when it comes to rebates? Like how many dollars per lot have you seen as being like an industry, according to your knowledge of what you're seeing? What's like the standard right now of like what's something reasonable to go to a broker and ask for?
You mean the amount?
Yeah, the amount, dollar to lot.
The safest one will be like $7. Okay. That is safe.
That's safe.
Yeah, it makes
7.
Yeah, per lot.
I'm just thinking of that 40, you know. How does one come from an average of 7 all the way to 40?
Yeah.
Okay, so like 7 is like your standard average.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it means that if you are entering a trade, then you know your execution it's on point, you know.
Okay.
So that is a smooth trading experience.
Okay,
I think people look at making money fast than actually being consistent and being profitable for the long term. Yes, we'll make that $40 per lot, and then is that sustainable? Because your book, they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Because they're not making money. You're the only one who's making money. They're like, hey, bro, this guy. But he wants like, you know, signals, membership, money every month. But we're not making money. Therefore, because So I think people must think more of long-term sustainability for their business. And just because of someone has been in the industry for like 2 years or 3 years and they are succeeding. And I don't know what's this thing of competition in the industry. You compare yourself with the next person, you know, or you have formed this group. That group, they must do this, they're doing vacations, they are doing that, they're doing seminars and they're doing that. But what I've actually seen as a gap is that nobody is humble enough to actually ask the next person who's actually doing well to ask, how did you do it?
Yeah.
You understand? How come you are so much better, or how come you've been successful for these 2 years? What have you been doing? What kind of language are you speaking with the brokers? Please teach me. People that I've seen is that no, they are themselves. They're more of themselves. They want things by themselves, and they want to be shining only. At that time, guys, at the end of the day, we are fighting poverty. And we're fighting poverty, and we all don't come from same backgrounds. So I think humility, we need to come to a sense of humility as people within the industry. There's nothing that you're gonna lose from asking someone how did they become successful. Is it because of their scamming people? Then definitely you don't need someone like that to be your mentor. You understand? Because nobody's ever gonna trust you in the long run. Is it someone who's ethical, someone who learned how to trade by themselves? Then you need that kind of support around you, because there are days whereby you blow accounts and you just feel like defeated. But if you surrounded yourself with the right people, then you'll definitely succeed. Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
Hey, me too. Yo.
I'm thinking about this, that I've noticed that in the retail industry, where you're selling products and all that, cheap is expensive. Cheap things are normally expensive in the long run, because you're buying something for cheap and then you have to buy 10 times.
True.
But you can buy it for a certain amount, which is a bit expensive, but it can last you longer. And of which in the financial industry, expensive is cheap. Because we normally go for expensive deals, $40 per lot deal. But at the end of the day, you don't have a clientele.
Do you understand? Because you want to make money now. You want to make money. And now me doing my job, I'd be like, imagine if you had like 100 clients and they're trading one lot times $40. I mean, how much will you be making? And when you are nice, you look at the numbers and you're like,
where's the industry calculator? The industry chat calculator.
Yeah, but we need that.
Do you understand?
You understand? 100 people times 40, ne? Are you doing the math there?
So definitely you look at the number and you're like, this is how much I'm going to be making every month, but
4,000
US dollars.
So basically it's like 70 something.
78, somewhere there.
Somewhere there.
You'd be like, I know, get every month, but that's the thing about having yourself the best account manager. I've seen it's one thing that people are not aware of, but that actually is something that also determines their success and their longevity within the industry, because you're working hand in hand with someone who wants to see you succeed.
Sure.
And not a lot of people are that honest and transparent. You need someone who's, when you go to a bank and say, here's 1 meter, guys, and I need to know, you need an asset manager portfolio.
Sure.
You understand? Someone who's going to, allow you to, who's going to expose you to decisions that are of your best interest. And if you haven't met someone like that and you're under a broker, then it's a problem. Then it means that the broker puts itself before you. So they'll be basically taking decisions on your behalf and saying and hyping you up. But at the end of the day, you have no clientele, nobody trusts you, and you start from scratch.
It's going in today. I'm enjoying this so much.
Me too.
Let's get to the retainer.
We are now officially there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on the retainer section.
We have arrived.
I want to ask this question. Do you normally have deals like buy me a car or rev my car?
Yes.
And I'll give you an X amount of clients.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. But there are people come.
What's the most ridiculous retainer? I'm sure you wanted to ask that question. The most ridiculous request of a retainer you've ever seen or heard, because they don't write. Ever heard?
There was this guy wanted an M4. he wanted an info. He wanted it rented out so that he can drive it for the whole year. But it must all seem like it's his. And for me, that is not my clientele. Yeah. I can't, because already I know what are your intentions.
Yeah. Full disclaimer.
Yeah. So it's about being able. So part of my job is being able to quantify clients. Is this a legit person or not? Yeah. And when we have a conversation, I'll be able to determine that if you are legit or you are actually a scammer. So
some of the M4s out there, they are rented.
Not for what I've been through.
I'm asking.
Yes, there are some broker owners who would definitely go as far as that, because listen, it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
If it means that I must spend 1.5 million to get this guy a car, and he's gonna bring me deposits of 3 million every month, rent every month, then it's a good deal in terms of the business sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So there are some CEOs, broker owners of brokers who can actually go as far as it makes business sense to them. Yeah. And that's one of the red flags that you are able to identify that this broker is not going to last long in this industry, because they make money from what? So they make money from their clients themselves, basically. They're not, they don't have any liquidity providers. So, so there are brokers like that. That's how you're able to identify, this one is going to be here for 2 years.
The B-books.
Do you understand? Yeah. So the B-books, those are the ones who will give you these ridiculous deals because they want to make money now. They have a target as well. For South Africa or Africa, for that matter, to say we want to have accumulated XYZ net deposits, and we want this how much volume traded as well from clients, because that's how they're also able to make money. So it's about being able to identify these red flags as well as a trader or an IB, to say this one definitely they're not here for long, therefore why must I have an agreement with this type of people.
Have you ever seen I'm gonna use the term Instagram trader, because essentially they are like they are like the faces of forex in the industry. Have you ever seen a trader post a retainer withdrawal, making it seem like it was a withdrawal for a trader? No, I'm asking. I'm not saying. I'm just
seen
saying,
it. Yes,
I've seen it. So it happens more often than we.
Hey guys, it's scary from the back end. It's quite scary because there are some brokers that are willing to do that just for them to look legit to clients. To even fake a withdrawal or a deposit.
Oh, those can be faked.
Wait. So they can go to an extent of, they fake you mean like, guys, no, my system is about to shut now. Okay, so some of the withdrawals that we see is people going to the bank and say, I'm withdrawing a million rand. We find that the broker is involved there. Just say it. You're in the same space. Just say it. You're in the same space.
I've seen it from other brokers,
guys.
No,
exactly. Okay, and I'm not saying, look, guys. I think one of the things that
for
people
disclaimer purposes,
it's not.
Who I've worked for, please.
No, guys. And I think it's important that we have Khumalo here. We are not saying that she's part of that.
Please,
but
yes.
these are
but she's in the industry. She's exposed to these.
Exactly.
Yes.
We as traders as well. We've seen some things, and we can say, guys, we've seen this, but it doesn't mean we do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank God I don't have an M4.
Yeah,
but
that is a real thing.
The broker is involved in withdrawing the money, so the money is withdrawn. And
it's non-existent money.
Yeah, Mara,
but it looks real.
No, Mara, doesn't it land in the bank account where?
It's more like you see a demo account.
Yeah.
But it's not. People trade with fake money there.
Okay.
It's demo. But
test accounts, basically.
Test accounts. It's more like that. It looks real to people, but it's fake money. It's money that is not there. It's non-existent.
So we have like we've got online test accounts. We've gone from online test accounts to physical test money.
Basically, it looks real.
Because the money looks legit, it looks real. Somebody's about to withdraw that money, and you are thinking, guys, I made a withdrawal of this much. And
but some people, honestly, they go out of their way, whereby, honestly, brokers wouldn't be involved to actually fake their bank statements.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, because you will get a notification from your bank saying you... a withdrawal of this much or a deposit of this much, it's been landed in your account. Then some people go as far as that. Why? Because it all goes back to the competition that they have amongst themselves as traders.
Sure.
Well, I saw you bought an M4. I saw you bought an... I need these guys to respect me. It's like... So people go as far. I think, again, it goes back to the Joburg thing. Like, but
Joburg.
The society pressure that people actually expose themselves into. And I think people need to be honest enough with themselves and have a sense of, a support center, guys. I think we need that.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We need counseling.
We need counseling.
We really need counseling.
Honestly, because we're talking about real money. People lose money. And when you invest, there's nobody who invests money or puts money in their trading account to say, I'm going to blow it. You know?
So true.
Sure.
You have planned that on that money. If I make 50% profit, I'm definitely going to get that apartments that I've been wanting. I'm going to settle a debt or whatever. Or I'm going to buy my mom this or that. Whatever the reason may be. But the reason behind all of that, it's all emotional, right? Because like I said, money is it's related to our emotions. So the fact that someone would lose like 50K, 100K is guys, it's a serious, setback. You become depressed and people don't, they don't allow themselves to be vulnerable enough to say, listen, I just lost 100K. And I'm not okay. You understand? I'm not going to be in the market for like 3 months. I need to find myself. And that happens. And that's when you need someone who's going to be able to hold your hand from a broker's side because we see it. You're not the only one who's losing money.
Sure.
Do you understand? To us, it's a norm.
Okay.
People blow like 2 million accounts. People blow like 5 million accounts in a space of like a month or weeks or a day.
And you're watching that at the back office.
It's unbelievable. It's literally the Wall Street for us,
Sure.
And you become stressed when your client is losing money. I become affected. Like, in fact, I could look regular be I understand that it's not nice because I count my success based on the success of my clients.
Yeah, sure.
Do you understand? If you are becoming profitable, that is great. It means that we're going to have a long relationship. It all goes back to me at the end of the day. You understand? That because I want our relationship to be longer.
Yeah, sure.
So for it to be longer, you can't always blow money. You're also not going to feel nice. You're just going to be like, no ways. So it definitely goes back all to that.
Yeah. So I've sat down in a lot of meetings with different brokers and all that, and essentially what a lot of guys have said is that there's kind of been a change from last year, especially coming from last year and the year before, a change in IBs bringing in clients. Apparently it's not the same anymore.
How?
As in, like, people are not depositing as they should anymore. The deposits are low. People are coming through saying that, hey, I can get you like 100 people to deposit, and the deposits are like low quality deposits and all that. Do you think there's been like a shift, a change in the industry?
Yeah, definitely. The market is becoming more saturated. I mean, international companies and brokers are aware that Africa, they love trading. So therefore, they see a business opportunity. For them, that's a business opportunity. So meaning more competitors, more flexibility for IBs now to move their book anyway. or a client themselves now making, a decision by themselves to say, I'm going to try out this broker. So meaning there are more options now. So obviously, what goes down is definitely the clients. Now you will see that the IBs are being rotated around.
Yeah.
There's from the broker side, and I remember I sat down with my boss and I was like, you know what, we need to be able to identify talent.
Yeah.
We need people who are actually able to see, the best in people, even though they're not there yet. That's how you got your ref wins, That's how you got your big names. Because why? Somebody believed in them at that time when they were not even a ref win. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's because of why they received the right support. Okay. They received, the right tools from the broker's side as well. So I think now that the gap that you're talking about and the change that you're talking about is because of I've seen it with a lot of brokers. They just want to rotate clients now. Okay. Like, okay, that big guy, we want the goats as well. We want them to come to us as well. But now there's a gap to the new guy, my 2000, trader. But because of they sign up, but nobody gave them a call back because they are not the goats.
Sure.
Do you understand? But the goats also started somewhere. Someone set them down to say, guys, we can do this. What do you need? You understand? Someone was there to be able to say, to identify their strengths and their weaknesses, to be able to say, I will help you this far. Therefore, this is how you grow your social media. This is the kind of information that you must post on social media. This is how now you must talk the Forex language. This is, you need to be there in the, viewing the charts every day, practicing every day. You must know what's happening in the news. So now, who's taking care of those guys now? So now that's the thing. I think, that's my superpower. I can identify talent.
Yeah, sure.
That's my superpower, definitely.
That's good. Yeah, so, sorry, going back to the retainer chat, because essentially a lot of IBs or people who are aspiring to be IBs watch the podcast week in, week out. So who actually qualifies for a retainer deal? No, like for real, who actually qualifies? Because I can imagine you've had people come through asking for different types of deals, but like right now we're just on the retainer deal, because like essentially, guys, a retainer deal is when a broker pays you like a monthly stipend to do whatever services that to do for them, to render services for them and bring in clients for them, basically. So you're basically getting, it's not a salary, we wouldn't call it a salary, but at the end of the day, but like
as a salary and a pay slip.
It's a deal, guys. It's a deal. It's
no pay slip.
It's a deal at the end of the day.
I would say from my observation, not experience.
Okay.
Is people who their book is valued. Like, do they have a book of high net worth clients, and also how much do they normally fund? How consistent they are in terms of trading. Like, how many lots do they normally trade in a month? Then you will get other brokers who would offer you that kind of a deal. To say, okay, we'll give you a retainer. Then some people would say, I don't want rebates, I don't want P&L, I don't want marketing campaign, I just want, this much. And it goes crazy as $10,000
per month.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like 190,000 a month. Why do you need to trade if you can?
But this has backfired us as brokers at the back end, because at the beginning, I think it was quite popular. A retainer deal. It was quite popular, but you would see that someone, the broker would pay them that amount and then they don't deliver. So that's why now brokers are now hesitant to that type of a deal, because they're so you can do that to this X broker, this Y broker, and do the same thing for 3 different brokers. At the end of the day, we're now in
do
you understand? So that's the thing. There's a lack of transparency from the other party.
Sure.
You see, they ruined a good thing.
Yes, and and I'm so angry. They really ruined a good thing. Yes, MJ.
Yeah.
Imagine just getting paid for my 10 stena US a month.
Which still,
just to bring clients. And if you are actually bringing clients,
it's a good deal.
It's a very good
Which
deal.
goes back to that thing that I was saying, Jorge. People just think for now. They don't think long term.
Yeah,
So if someone, those retainer deals when they were starting and you were like, you know what, this is good for me every month.
Yeah.
But people get more greedy because you will get another broker that will say, we'll double that.
Brokers. The brokers are also the problem.
Brokers are behaving like agents now.
No, we are very competitive. We're very competitive. And the more money you make, I mean, that's a success as a company. It's actually a good thing. To see that, guys, we made our sales look amazing. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling. It's an achievement for us. So that's the thing that I said, greed got in the way, and people could have been so far right now. That's how now you see a lot of people who were the it. Now, I lose the weight. The skin is not flawless anymore.
It's snowing in it's just a whole lot of things. But I've noticed something. Are you aware that people that are normally called scammers are people that are maybe providing courses and they're making people pay for that? Somebody will say, why are you offering a course and you want people to pay for it, right? Of which they don't know that some of the people that are giving you free stuff on YouTube, you're going to pay for that indirectly. Yeah. Because there's a link there. And it's a $40. You understand what I mean? So people should just wake up that every industry, and we get in there a lot, especially from this podcast. This so is a scammer, this so.
Shame.
Who is not a scammer then?
Shame.
You understand what I mean? And how do you identify a scammer at the end of the day? Because you could be sitting with me here. You find that I'm owing people, right? And just because I'm owing people, I'll be classified.
That's bad reputation for me. You can't be.
Yeah, you understand what I mean? So people will say, just because, and it's what you just said there, it's powerful because people will say, because you sitting next to MJ, you are associated, but you find that you don't even know
anything
what I do behind the scenes. You understand? But I'm just looking at maybe some of the things that you could be learning from me, but yet I have the dark side of things. So brokers as well, they can appear to be legit, yet they're making people withdraw money that is not there because they're making money at the end of the day.
Sales
so
at
this
the end
whole
of the
perception
day.
that this is doing that, this is you. At the end of the day, guys, there's nothing for free, right? Yeah. It's like what you were saying about XM, that they're giving you free education because they know they're going to be making money via the spreads that they are charging, right? It's a cost of doing business. They know they give you free things, but at the end of the day, there's something that is going to cover for that. And it doesn't mean that you losing, they make money. Because some brokers, they make their money via spread. It's a cost of just doing business. Whether it's a B book, it's a A book, it's a C book.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
I think also a lot of people, their focus actually shifts a lot because of what I'm looking for the nice name actually. Basically, you become very distracted in your trading journey because now you want to know what that broker is doing, who's doing this, who's doing that, what's wrong here, what's right here, what's wrong there. At the end of the day, you must work on your skill of becoming a successful trader.
That's it.
That's it. Let's all make money, guys. That's it. Simple. Whatever. You understand? Or else, forex. Do you understand? If you are that person, then you are definitely in the wrong field. Because now, when all you do is gather, the information, how brokers actually work, they're using clients, here they scammed me, whatever. I think the best thing to do for yourself is work on your skill, sharpening your skill as a trader. Because if you do that, nobody's going to take that away from you. Nobody. Yeah.
So this question feels a bit controversial. I'll ask it anyways.
You always do that.
I'll ask it anyways. Essentially, over the past years, we've seen, obviously, there are known scammers, very known scammers who are working with known scam brokers and all that. Okay. But with you being somebody who's worked behind the scenes for over a year now, have you been through a process where the broker is like, nah, that one is a scam, we won't work with them? Or,
yes.
Or do the numbers matter? Because essentially, I know people who've bought followers, who've bought Instagram accounts with 100K followers there.
Yeah.
You know, just so that they can look good to a broker and be like, guys.
I know we do have that. We have a compliance department. So compliance work is to actually check your background. Are you ethical? It's more like a bank doing a background check on you, to qualify you as a client. Are you our black card holder or whatever? But with because of the regulations and the FSCA, our licensing as brokers, we are very sensitive to partnering up with someone who has posts on them or articles on them where someone was going out maybe on Facebook to say, watch out for this guy, he's a scammer. I put 100K and then I never got it back. Once we see that is a red flag for us. We can't, even when we see that you bring crazy deposits, or you're finding crazy amount of money, but we do a compliance check on everyone so that it doesn't come back to us, as in terms of the FSCA or the lessons being taken away for that matter. So that's very sensitive information to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Because it's bad publicity, basically.
It is. So true. And I think a lot of local entities have just kind of just been like, hey.
No, they take whoever.
Yeah, no, they just been like, bad publicity. And that statement, to me, there's no such thing as a bad publicity.
Yeah.
Even though that might be true, but to some degree, guys, when you're building a serious brand, bad publicity is not particularly good for you at all. At all,
You don't want to be associated with anything negative or bad, because trust is long term.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I remember there was a interview. There was a season where we were shooting interviews, and Louis Jr. Chokwani was on the list.
Yeah.
And the sponsor of at the time was like, "Aye, chief, we don't want this guy here because I essentially
a bad track record."
You understand? And they don't want to be associated with that, And essentially, and I think really the local brokers at the end of the day are. And I really want to talk to somebody like who's within local brokers, because I know you're international now, and all that. But essentially, they need to take accountability for a lot of the things that are happening in South Africa, because they're enabling a lot of. I know they're really enabling a lot of scammers, known scammers.
Yeah.
If I can put it like that.
But now, thanks to the FSCA, is able to pick that up. I mean, that's why you would see the FSCA will release some letters to say, we don't know who this person is. Please be on the lookout of whoever. They are doing whatever. They're not registered with us. They're scamming people. So at least now, clients, they do have that right to actually complain and to be able to say, I'm not happy with the service. I feel like they took my money, whatever. If the broker is not able to show you a statement of your trades to say, this is what happened because of the market, this is what's happening in the market. You were not aware. It happens sometimes where a client wouldn't be aware, would say, nah. But everyone, a broker is not just one person. There's so many people involved there in different departments, and everyone is great and doing their best at their job. So before anything, you are definitely more than allowed to actually raise a complaint or do a follow-up for that matter and be assisted accordingly. So I think that's the thing that people need to know, that, just because of I signed up under whoever as an IB, therefore I need to ask this person for whatever, anything that is technical that's happening. I mean, that's a bit unfair, to be honest, because that person is just an IB. They don't work there. Do you understand? They don't work there. They also don't know some things because now I'm in a different team. I wouldn't know what's happening in IT department for even sake.
Sure.
So it's the same thing. You are able as a client trading for whatever broker, you are more than allowed to reach out to support and say, guys, this is what happened in my trading. I was busy trading GBP USD. But something went wrong. They will be able to check that out and assist you the best way. So what people mostly do is bangala.
Yeah, that's true.
They just walk away and then they and go to another broker. And the same thing happens. And bangala happen, but actually you could be educating yourself on something else different.
Yeah, sure.
To know that brokers, we are not strangers. We are actually very much there for our clients as much as a bank is. As much as any company is to the service or products that they're actually providing to clients. Yeah.
Do brokers pay to be on our podcast? Okay.
I
just wanted to clarify that because I just want to
not even brokers, the traders.
Guys, please.
I have never ever in my whole entire career in doing this, guys, accepted money from somebody that I've interviewed.
Yeah, sure. That's that because some of us guys we were part of this thing as guests before we became hosts, and we can actually tell you, guys, stop this thing of saying we pay to be on other people's podcasts and people pay to come on our podcast. Guys, this is just pure. We're trying to be as pure, as professional as we can be. But you know, some of these negative narratives are people, because somebody could be sitting there and say, it's a broker, they paid to be here. And then some of the guests that come here, you are the ones who actually said we want this person here. You know, it doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense because you could actually go on our YouTube page at times. There will be a question: who do you want us to have
next,
on the episode next? And people will be just, saying we need this one to come and. Now, when the person comes here, it's a whole negative vibe and all that. So we just wanted to clarify that guys, as much as we're talking about the good and the bad side of brokers, anyone that comes here, they don't pay to come on this platform. It's actually free to become part and parcel of this thing.
It's literally just time out of your day, and I think everyone essentially benefits and
from information.
Exactly.
Even you yourself right now, because right now, guys, you guys can reach out to Portia her Instagram. They will be down below. But if you want the next best deal,
if you want to formulate a link, that's it.
Go talk to her, slide in the DMs, guys. So you guys heard her today. She spoke, and I think you spoke well, though.
Thank you.
For real. She really did speak well. Because essentially, other people, I didn't doubt you. Other people are just gonna come up here and be like, no, but she really spoke well from her heart, and it was a matter of she wasn't trying to just sell herself. She was just like, dude, actually. This is this and that and that. But we're always constantly selling ourselves, no matter. Guys, we do not pay to be on McG's podcast.
Hey, guys, please.
They actually reached out to us. They recognized us.
Congrats on that.
Thank you so much.
There's a narrative.
We pay to be on the platform. Stop it with that, guys. Stop it. And for those, and I didn't actually want to say this because you touched on it, and I think I'm going to say it. For those that feel like we didn't represent them well, you have to understand the whole thing of being there. We didn't go to that podcast as traders. We went there as a media platform. So some of the questions that were asked there, we didn't want to answer them because there were traders there to answer those questions.
Right.
We were actually waiting for media platform questions, that were relating to what we
you guys
do,
are doing.
because we are in the podcast space and they called us that for that, not to answer certain, and to a certain degree we did try to answer some of the questions that were there. And nothing that we speak about here is premeditated. People are thinking we are claiming this. What is Forex? We'll be busy claiming
it's
that.
It's definitely organic.
And you understand? And it's uncensored. We bring people here, we talk about what we need to talk about. And the conversation is flowing. And even with Podcast and Chill, we went there and we just wanted to have a conversation that was flowing. And what happened there will happen there. So for those who feel like you can answer better, you don't need to go to Podcast and Chill. You actually need to sign up. Maybe if we have a link of people, you can actually come on our platform, because guys, we try by all means to educate you as much as we can. We don't know everything, but what we know, we are going to give you. Yeah. But this whole negative thing that, they don't know anything. If you know something, come here then. Let's ask you the questions and be on that seat there, and let's see if you can answer those questions. Because really, you cannot really say, they did. We are not a political party. We don't need to represent you. They didn't represent us well.
No, honestly, adding to that, people would always talk. And when people, I think you've also met people who had the same idea.
Yeah, sure.
But it actually didn't work out well. So when people see something that they can't recognize, they actually have fear. And no one will come to you and say, actually, I have fear that you're actually going to be number one podcast in South Africa following McG or in Africa. Do you understand?
Trading podcast in Africa.
Do you understand? Nobody's going to say that to you. But what they will do is identify those negative things and comments and then throw it in your face. But in actual fact, my mom always says that if people are saying something about you, it means that you're doing something. So if you are getting positive or negative remarks, it means that you are doing something. You're not just sitting back, So it's a good thing. I mean, the right people are watching.
And the response was amazing. At the end of the day, people enjoyed it,
Portia,
thank you.
Miss Khumalo. It's Miss Khumalo, right?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Khumalo. Thank
That's
you so
why
much.
now I said the man. One thing I like about our African languages, they to a certain extent, at least you are protected.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Just last closing words that you have.
It will definitely be excellent in everything that you're doing. Definitely. You never know who's watching.
Yeah, so true.
Be excellent in everything that you're doing.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. No, thank you so much for coming out. I really wish you all the success and best in your journey moving forward.
Thank you.
I'm hoping to see you in the next couple of years. Hey, she's really ready to take on the whole industry, and I mean she's here, she's in it, and she's really doing well for herself. And thank you so much for coming out and sharing the knowledge that you shared today. It's such valuable information that you've shared today with people, and I think I learned a few things. And I know you guys learned a few things. Like I said, if you guys want a deal,
there she is.
Information will be down below in the description, guys. You guys can reach out to her and then ask her and be like, hey, give me a deal. I saw you on Top Trader SA.
I want to wreck my car. How do you go about it?
But you must come to me with a long-term business plan. Then I'm your person, definitely.
And a book. Come to her with a book.
Even if you don't have a book,
if you want to start a book, she's the right person to come to. She'll definitely be there with you and be there for you.
I think the ladies are bringing it. The way they're so knowledgeable about this, guys, I think they deserve their flowers while they're still alive. I think I'm proud of the ladies. I'm very proud. I don't want to lie. We had Mekhaira, Menori, now we've got Mekhuma. They're just bringing it.
Definitely.
And one thing I like about this podcast is that every day I'm learning something. We actually had this conversation, me and you. Like sometimes when we are watching ourselves, we're watching as if we are the audience, and we'll be learning. We'll be learning. So we are not here to entertain, and we're trying to bring the best that we could ever have. And thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Guys, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Industry Chats podcast with myself, Nqobile Tembane,
MJ Givens Kgasi.
All right, and we are out.
See you next week.